What's the power of a college degree? We've put so much value on it over the past half a century. College grads use it to express their credibility. Employers see it as a rite of passage that signals skill and accomplishment. Yet today, recent graduates in America face record high unemployment. They carry $1 trillion in debt. That degree no longer guarantees middle-class success, and employers question whether they're getting the quality they need. Suddenly, there are new ways to learn, from free online courses to immersive classroom technology to startups that teach you just the skills you need. How do we need to learn in this new age? What are we willing to pay for? And what are the essential skills of a 21st century workforce, especially here in the Pacific Northwest? We'll explore these questions and more with 4 creative leaders who are hacking EDU. I'm Hanson Hossein. Welcome to 4 Peaks, live from HuskyFest at the University of Washington. What if your tuition was $6,000 a year? You could take as many courses as you like. You weren't required to take the SATs to get admitted. You don't have a GPA when you graduate, and you never have to sit in a classroom. That's the model for the online-only Western Governors University. Jean Flotten has been chancellor of its Washington branch this last year. Before that, she served as the president of Bellevue College for 2 decades. Jean, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Well, you brought a lot of innovation to Bellevue College. Why did you think that you had to go for this next challenge for higher education and move to Western Governors?
Great question, Hanson. I think this is a renaissance in higher education. I am just amazed every day when you listen to some of the innovations that are happening right now. As you said, open content, courses offered for free. Information is everywhere. And I think that it's causing us to reimagine ourselves as educators. What does it really mean to be an educator in the 21st century? And I'm reminded of Tom Peters' book when he talked about trains kind of losing market share because they saw themselves being in the train business rather than in the transportation business. And I think in higher education, we're concerned about student learning, but our real role is giving credibility to what they know and can do.
So what explains the shift then? If that's the case, and maybe it's been the case for a while now, why all of a sudden do we have these new models like Western Governors University being so successful?
Well, I think there are a number of things that go into that. One, you mentioned several items in the prelude to this show. Costs are accelerating. Tuition now is increasing by double digits sometimes every year. Students are obtaining huge debt burdens, and people are looking at different ways of delivering high quality higher education at a lower cost. And I think that we're just beginning to see the transformational uses of the internet that can deliver education anywhere, anytime, any place. And it's opened up a whole new world to adult learners that have been place-bound with families, kids, dogs, mortgages, who couldn't go back to school to complete that degree. Now they can. They can go to the soccer game, cheer their daughter on, and sign into a course and do a little bit of it, and they can do it on their time at their pace. So I think it's really liberated us.
I can see the value there, but I look at what we do and what we do so well. We don't offer any of our courses in the program that I help run online. And some people would say, well, this can only really be accomplished face-to-face with a professor who can show you the way. How can you assure quality and accountability when you don't actually even see your students?
I think that's another great question. While WGU uses the internet, it also has a very high-touch model. When a student signs on to us, they're assigned a concierge mentor that sticks with them through their whole education. This person sets the pace of what they're doing, helps them keep on track, helps them resolve problems. And when they enter into coursework, into courses, they have a subject matter expert that spends one-on-one time with them rather than being in a classroom with often hundreds of students. This person is by their side, be it virtually by instant messaging or Adobe Connect or some other tool that allows them to conference with the student.
So no issues of plagiarism or cheating then when it comes to assessment?
Do you know, I was just amazed to find out the high fidelity monitoring services that are available now. We assign students a camera. It goes on their computer. It has a fisheye lens. It can see 180 degrees in their homes. I have to laugh because many women clean their houses before they turn the camera on, which I thought was amazing. But it watches the students, and it has done this so long that they can tell by eye movements, hand movements, anything irregular, and it's just shut off until they check the student's room. So I think that we can demonstrate very concretely that it is our student that's doing that assignment in real time.
So how do employers perceive a degree from Western Governors University? You don't necessarily have that same kind of transcript. You don't have necessarily grades even, or grade point average. Is it seen as a credible accreditation for a student?
Well, as you know, we're competency-based, and that means that a student has to demonstrate what they know and can do, and they have to do that before they can proceed. So you can't just get a C in a class where you don't have to know everything. With our degree, you have to demonstrate competency for each of the things that we've identified that you need to know. And we did a Harris interactive poll this year with the employers of our WGU students. And an amazing 100% said that they were satisfied with our students and would hire another. Our students are very interesting because they're working adults. They often have a lot of life experience. And
so working adults, so should somebody who's 18 years old come to Western Governors University? Can they be admitted?
They can be admitted, but we really recruit graduates. And we have learned that a student needs to have some college and some online experience to be successful. So we'll advise that student to go to their local community college first and to get that experience under their belt, and then we welcome them.
And briefly, what can we in traditional higher education take away from what has gone on at Western Governors?
To me, as a bricks and mortar educator for years, the liberating concept was to break the iron triangle of credits, seat time, and funding. That to me is the last frontier, because you don't have to sit in a seat. If you can demonstrate what you know and you can do, you can proceed at your own pace. And I think that's a powerful, powerful concept.
Well, that's great. Well, when we come back, our next guest inspired video gamers to solve a complex scientific challenge. That's how he ended up with 57,000 co-authors on his academic publication. The digital revolution has turned communications upside down. It poses challenges and opportunities to professionals seeking to influence and persuade. These are our students in the Master of Communication and Digital Media program, innovators who think entrepreneurially about how to engage communities through storytelling. As creative leaders, together we're charting the future of communication. Want to join us? Find out more at mcdm.uw.edu.